So the 1840 storyline would have been the perfect way to end the whole series, basically, because Barnabas stopped Gerard Stiles from messing up the Collins family, and pretty much Angelique dies, and since Angelique died, wouldn't that have made Sam Evans still be alive? Because Angelique kills Sam Evans, in like 500 episodes, 600 episodes in. And also, one thing that I forgot to say that bothered me was that in the 1840 storyline, there was Edith, who was in the 1890s storyline was Grandmama Edith. And in the 1840s, they kill her off. They kill off Edith. How does that work? How did that happen? Like, that doesn't add up to what happened in the 1890s. Looked like, they would have left her alive, and she could have found out about Barnabas. And then, like, in 1890s, she knew the secret, and Barnabas was there again. I don't know, did something that happened there that messed up time that Barnabas did? Such a missed opportunity. Okay, finally we have the alternate 1840 parallel time room. Okay, so this is, Barnabas is gone, we don't have Barnabas anymore. Now Jonathan Frid is playing Bramwell. And it's kind of interesting, but it's nowhere near as his character of the vampire Barnabas. Okay, so we find out that there's this ghost named Brutus Collins who placed this curse on the Collins family like in the 16 or 1700s, that because of this love affair that his wife was having with someone else. And so they have to hold this lottery in this room. Like if you draw on a piece of paper, and each of the Collins members have to pull a piece of paper out, and if you get the X, that means you have to go into this room and you have to stay there all night. You'll either end up dead or you'll end up being completely crazy. So Morgan Collins and Catherine, which is Angelique, who's the actress playing Angelique, they're married, and even though Bramwell is in love with Catherine, but he ends up marrying Daphne. Pretty sure that was her name. But Daphne dies, and so they try to get it all together. Okay, so Bramwell and Catherine, Catherine is pregnant with Bramwell's baby, and Morgan's not going to have that. Morgan's pissed. So he puts Bramwell and Catherine in the room together, and they're going to have to fight the ghost of Brutus. Will they succeed? Maybe. Maybe not. I don't want to spoil it. But I'll say it does end like it is going to be the last episode. I was relieved, because I thought it was just going to end like any other episode. Okay, I think that just about wraps up my whole Dark Shadows review. If I left anything out, I'm really sorry for all the Dark Shadows fans that I might have missed something. And I think there was also in the 1890 storyline, there was like some kind of room that Quentin was in that kind of was like a booby-trapped room that had like spiders and weird crap in it. Okay, so let's go over all this. These, get out of there. These four right. Those four cases are all Barnabasless. I did that on purpose. And this is nothing but bonus features. 5 discs of bonus features. You have interviews, reunions. You had parts where Jonathan Frid would go on game shows and appear as, Barnabas Collins, the vampire, and people would cheer for him because he was awesome. And you have, what else we got? They had bloopers. They showed 30 minutes of bloopers, all their goof-ups throughout the entire series. There's flies landing on people's faces, and they try to move them, and they flubbed over their lines, which, like I did on my reviews, I couldn't get all my words together just right. You can see the teleprompters, you can see the cameras, you can see the boom mics. So something was up with Collinwood. I don't know, there's a lot of boom mics around there. You had, yeah, trailers to the movies, The Dark Shadows, the movie. Well, 2 movies, House of Dark Shadows, which I really liked, and Night of Dark Shadows wasn't too good. The only thing that really bothers me is that Alice Cooper never showed up in the whole Dark Shadows series. Just like in the Dark Shadows movie he did. I look over there because I have a Dark Shadows movie poster. Alice Cooper never showed up. What was up with that? That sucks. I wanted Alice Cooper to show up and rock out at Collinwood. Okay, so everything that happened to me this past 11 months is all because of this movie, the Dark Shadows movie with Tim Burton and Johnny Depp as Barnabas. And it's been a nice little journey. I'd like to thank my friend Sarah Hunt for joining me in my journey through Collinwood. And it's been a blast. It's been stressful. It's been very stressful to watch all these episodes because a lot of episodes are just basically about nothing. You just wait for something to happen. And I think it was a really good, a good ending to kind of type everything. And they even had like this little thing about this little video showing what would have happened to the characters if the show had progressed. And I'm glad that Barnabas was going to end up with Dr. Hoffman. It brought tears to my eyes knowing that was going to happen. And that Maggie and Joe Haskell would eventually get back together. Because Joe Haskell just disappeared from the show because Angelique made him crazy. Okay, so in all, I would give this whole series an A+. This big old monster of a show right here, I give it all an A+, I guess. Even though it caused me lots of stress and strain trying to get everything all together and to watch what started on July 20th, 2012, has ended last night on June 23rd. Even though the original series, the showing started on June 27th, 1966. That's when the first episode premiered with Victoria Winters and Burke Devlin and just all the classic characters. Okay, thank you for watching. Dark Shadows was a Dan Curtis production.